Well, and there were, as this has been going on, there was a couple times where they were walking around and there was families, because this is a public space and there's neighborhoods right up the hill, and people are always walking their dogs, taking their kids to this area, and there was people staring with their children at
40 cop cars in the
at 40 cop cars and a bunch of cops with automatic weapons, and they're 40 yards, 50 yards away, and their kids are kind of like, I mean, you can see there's a shock factor. Why, this is not a police state. Let's not treat it that way.
I see a kid and his mom over there playing basketball just as I came by,
Yeah, it's very much a park space within this part of the community, because the only thing here is a residential neighborhood, and the paths go straight from the neighborhood to the campus. And I mean, elderly folks are taking their exercise walks, their daily walks through campus during when class is in session all the time, and it's a very communal space. When the fountain's on here, there's eternally kids playing. It's not the right not the right display.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also important to note that we were talking to some of the student media here, and the students weren't consulted about this either. So this is very much their public space. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, never mind consulted, but this is their space as well, that they would pay tuition to come here and to have them be exposed to this sort of thing without knowing about it, without having a dialogue about it. So, hopefully this is we overuse this term, but a kind of teachable moment, so that there can be some dialogue about what all this means and about procedures with respect to how we use this as a public space, so people frequently use it if they make a request and so on. But is this the kind of thing that a university campus, and again, especially underlining the fact on this particular day, as my colleague said earlier, would they hold something like this on Christmas Day, on Easter, this is a very sacred holiday for a lot of people, and I think it's just incredibly insensitive. And I'm not saying it was deliberate, but and in fact I think it probably was not deliberate. It was just oversight. Oh, well, there's a free day here, we can do this. But the fact that nobody in the administration or whoever was consulted about this thought enough to say, oh, make this connection, is really kind of problematic about their own knowledge about what this day means and what these kinds of, this over-militarization actually means.
Well, it's citizen involvement that's probably going to get them to behave in the proper way too, because if we don't do anything about it and it just goes on, then it just probably escalates, if anything. So, thank you.